All right, so the training that we get, always having to pay attention to everything, attracts the adapting system, and it doesn't let the healing system turn on. And this is how we're changing our body over time. So the breathing exercises work this way. You lie down and you take a breath in as deeply as you possibly can, and you let it out. And inside of your body, you have a muscle called a diaphragm, and when it contracts, your tummy comes out. So all I want you to picture in your mind is that when you take a deep breath in, that breath goes all the way in down to your tummy, okay? Whether you actually get your tummy to expand or not, that's not important. You just envision it. Then you take another breath, deeply as you possibly can, and let it out. And you do this 30 times, so you count your breaths. When you're doing this very intensely, you kind of register your brain to a 0 point. In other words, your brain won't be thinking about anything else. There won't be any thoughts occupying your mind because you'll have focused intently on breathing. So now your brain is in sort of a relaxed state for learning. On that 30th breath, when you breathe out, you hold your breath. And this is where the magic happens. When you're holding your breath, your body is going to say to you, Celeste, you're not breathing and I need oxygen to survive. So it's going to send your brain messages that are anxious in nature and want you to breathe. We don't want your body telling your brain what to do. We want your brain telling your body what to do. So this is where you take control. With your mind, you calm your body and you tell your body, it's okay. I'm going to breathe, but for now, you must relax. And you'll start taking back ownership of your brain regulating your body instead of your brain just reacting to things, okay? When you need to take a breath in, you breathe in. I forgot to mention on your phone, when you breathe out and hold your breath, you push your timer button to time the length of time that you hold your breath for. And that's pretty equivalent to the rate of the benefit or the efficiency with which your brain is managing your heart, okay, or your HRV. So then, once you've breathed in, you hold for 15 seconds to reset everything, and you do this 2 more cycles, 30 deep breaths as deeply as you can, hold your breath for as long as you can, time yourself, then breathe out, or breathe in, hold for 15 seconds just to reset things, and do it a 3rd cycle. This, we're going to ask you to do this 5 times a week, okay? And it takes 10 minutes, so you need to plan on a part of the day where you can do this so that you can help me change or reformat your prefrontal cortex, okay? So just like there are physical exercises I'm going to give you, this is a breathing exercise that changes your nervous system. Okay, lastly, this is an important concept. When we look at your x-rays and we can see that that curvature has reversed, it's going to take a little bit of time for your spine to develop that abnormal curvature. So it's going to take us some time to correct it as well. You can't feel it becoming abnormal, but it actually takes years for that to happen unless you're involved in a very bad sudden accident or some form of physical trauma. So it takes us a while to remove these subluxations until we get right down to this camel's back or whatever. You need to give your body time to heal. So each time you come in, we're going to adjust your spine. We're going to remove or improve the degree or severity of these subluxations. And every time that will improve more and more and more, which means that your body will be more and more capable of seeing all parts. Your brain can see all parts, regulate and heal you. And that's what we're up for. So we're going to, in a minute, we're going to go through a program of care that's corrective in nature to show you what you need to do to fix this entirely. For our video, I'm going to skip that part because it's personal, and I'm just going to go to stretches and exercises that you need to do to attend to help me remove these subluxations, okay? So the adjustment actually improves the function. We're going to ask you to do stretches and exercises to maintain that level so you don't go back down. And then the next time we adjust you, we're going to improve it again. Do your stretches and exercises to maintain that level, and we just get this slow, steady rate of progress. So the first one, the only one on this page I've highlighted in yellow, and you can see that your arms are in 3 positions, 1, 2, and 3. And the instructions we've highlighted here. So you start with your arms out to the sides, your palms forward, you make fists, and then I've asked you to push backward as firmly as you possibly can and hold that for 5 to 7 seconds. Then you relax and you go to the next position. You can do this sitting, standing, or lying, but you push firmly, hold, relax, and then move your arms up and continue to do that. You don't have to do it 3 times. You can do it more than 3 times. You can go in smaller gradations there. The next exercise we need to do, because we're focused again on your shoulder blades and your neck, is hands behind your back, and you just try to contract the muscles that elevate your arms up, and that will cause movement in this part of your spine that we're trying to correct. You hold for 20 seconds. You can do this at 10 seconds. You can do this a number of times, but the important thing is we want your spine, your muscles to contract and your spine to move in that area. Okay? And lastly, your neck region. This is the most important area because it controls so many things. There are 3 movements. Everyone knows that we need to bend the head forward and backward, turn side to side, and tilt side to side. But we're going to do this in a very special way. And the special way is this. We're going to have you move in these patterns as far as your neck goes naturally. So if you're turning, you would turn as far as you could to one side naturally. And then you can see my head naturally stops there. It's at this point that the exercise really begins. And we want you to contract and try to turn it as far as you possibly can to the right, intensely, and hold just for a moment, and then relax. And then you would go the other way as far as you possibly could until it just naturally stops. And then we want you to squeeze and continue that movement as far as you can possibly go. That's the difference. We're going to have you do that in all of these motions, forward, backward, turning side to side, and tilting side to side. But we want you to do this with a specific posture. So just like the posture that we showed you from the side, all of the dots lined up with the green line, we don't want your shoulders forward and your head forward. So we've written down what you need to do.